back to the dirt journal. We're just finishing up the footing on this wall. Call it a TimberStone wall, because that is where we are. And it's not a massive footing. You see it's only about that deep. But the idea is that when we have the mud, the cement in here, and we get the stone set in here, maybe not this stone, probably a larger one for the base, but it won't ever be able to kick out on us because there's this ledge here. So hope the lighting isn't that horrible. But that's the idea. And then all along here we just got the last little bit of dirt. And then we'll go up in there at a slant, slight slant, so it'll be lean back, hold back, and the dirt will never be able to kick the wall out, and the wall will never fall over, knock on wood. And then we'll start pouring the mud in here. We got some rebar. Those basically I just use as little connector ties for now. So we'll pour them into the footing and have them stubbed up. And that's all there is really to show on that until we start the next part of the process. So we'll see you then. Okay, so here we are a little ways further. Got this footing all the way in. Kind of hold still so you can get an idea what I'm talking about. So that's the little lip where we'll put wet cement, rebar, and these front stones will actually sit down into it, like I was saying, so that their little butts, their little bottoms are below this dirt level here. So you have all this that's backing them. And we started bringing over rocks that we're going to use to front it. Shane's going on, he's doing carpentry inside right now. So I'm getting the last bit of dirt out and starting this, so they'll be here and ready, because large, I don't want to spend time running back and forth. So we'll pour the mud on top of the rebar that'll already be set up. There's the rebar. And start setting the stones down into it so it all sets up as one. So the whole bottom row is one solid block that's dug down into the dirt below everything, so it doesn't move around. And then we'll build up from there. So that's where we're at. Just wanted to show you this. These are some details. These are little piers kind of that we'll be putting down in. It's a little bit lower than even the rest of the ditch. See, there's another one in there, and they're actually belled out as you dig, so that'll give us even more down just in the most dynamic areas in case this whole mountainside ever gets loose, starts coming down in the next 100 years or whatever, and starts pushing on your wall. You know, right now we only have this 6-inch lip, so we want something that's going to give us a counter tilt. So you know, that would actually have to twist over. We're going to run rebar down into those, and then along the bottom run here, tying it all together so the whole thing is holding each other up and then running up into the wall. So no, it doesn't look like it can move now, but you're building this big of a thing, you want to make it to where it won't fail on the person, because that would just be a bummer. So that's what we're going to employ here. That way we don't have to do the whole thing that deep, but it has the stability of that by tying into them. Right, Shane? Right, Shane. He's inside. We'll show you all the cool stuff after a while here. You see we have the footing holes in here now. I've tied the rebar up. These rocks that you see in the footing are just rubble, so we don't have to burn up so much cement. I hope that this is picking up okay. You can see we got the dobies, the little stingers that go down and bend that'll connect us in to those piers. Here's a better shot. So you can see the little L that'll be set inside cement. It's really important that you don't contact the earth with your rebar anywhere. That'll start rust. The rust will actually travel up it like electricity, because that's kind of what it is. And because all your rebar is connected, that's what you're doing with the rebar, is kind of making a big woven together thing so that the wall is one strong creature. But if you let it touch the dirt, it will rust up, and that'll actually be your fracture line all the way up and down the thing. You can see here, these are the rocks kind of setting out our biggest first row, so I don't have to run around and do both things at once. And these will get slid back and set into the wet mud here, and the rebar will be buried in it and allow it to act as one solid, strong creature. And that's about where we are now. Here's a shot of the whole project. The before. This is Jeremy's design, the owner. So he's the one that laid out the lines. I think they're really snazzy, or I don't know what the word is, but they flow really well. Reminds me of an eyelash or something, anything that you tail down to have it swell. These are the stones that we're starting with. I think they're really pretty. You see the quality of the green in there. So, gemstones already from the bottom up. And that's where we're at. So I'll show you when we're pouring some mud. There's Shane.